Morning, everybody. It's a bit before 8:30 on Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday, not Monday. uh, June the 21st, and this is your pre-opening comment. And basically, it just amazes me. I just was listening to the head of the Council on Economic for the Biden administration, and I've said it before. Undoubtedly going to say it again. These people are so full of crap. It's unbelievable. It's Putin. It's the war. It's the reopening. How about it's Biden's stated policy of what he was going to do to energy, which he's done, made good on that promise, unfortunately. And now we have basically runaway prices. Um, and, and frankly, initiating the Defense Production Act does nothing to help the gasoline prices. More importantly, the diesel prices, um, because we're refining at 100%. And if we're going to need more diesel, which clearly we are, we're going to have to be making less gasoline. So, incredible stupidity, absolutely no understanding of unintended consequences. The only economic numbers that we have coming today are existing home sales, but they don't come until 10 o'clock, which is why I wanted to get a jump on this. The futures overnight were very strong. It was a cumulative 2 day move. But when I woke up, we were up about 530 on the Dow, currently up 431. We were up about 200 in the Nasdaq, currently up about 178, and the S&P was up 70, got down to up about 54, and currently is up about 62 again. Okay, chart on the screen is the oil, and again, I want to say the problem here um, is pretty extreme, and we keep on bouncing, off support, and I get that. We did have a fairly nice pullback from this 123 down to overnight's 106.40. But the issue is not necessarily the oil itself. It's kind of, I mentioned this last night, it's the tail wagging the dog. You have heating oil, which is purchased now for the winter season by distributors as well as um, individual companies that are too busy, uh, lining up their supply, and gasoline up another 13 and a half cents in the driving season. And in order to get these, you need the oil. And the fact is, we're almost at 100% capacity for refining, and there's no way to increase that. Hasn't been a new refinery online since 1977. So that'll give you an idea of where we are there. Gold was both higher and lower, or the silver is up about a dime while gold is down 260, so not much there. I mentioned in my initial Sunday night video about the market and what was going on in the rest of the world, um, that we had a 17,500 low on Bitcoin before we rallied back above 21,000. We're 20,965 right here. We did make a slight new low at 19,580, but nowhere near that 17,900, which would be about down here. So we'll have to see. There's a lot of talk that um, the bulls are saying, well, that's the bottom. So we'll have to see. Okay, corporate news. JetBlue raises their price again to 33 and a half this time for Spirit. JetBlue is up 12 cents at 869 and has really done nothing but come down since they announced the first deal on this. Spirit is 23.24, up $1.96, but still 50% basically below um, that JetBlue off. And Frontier is just rambling along, 966, up 32 cents, really not much going on. In the other rest of the airline industry, we have American Airlines cutting out Islip, New York, Ithaca, New York, and Toledo, Ohio. They will no longer service those little markets. And later this year, they're talking about taking out a couple of other small markets out of both Chicago and Charlotte. Kellogg, letter K, going to split into three companies: cereal, snacks, and plant-based. The stock, which closed on Friday 67.54, has traded as high as 73.80. The last is 72.45, up 491. So we'll see three companies that are much more focused on a sole area of their business. SYM, Symbotic, Walmart taking an 8.2% stake in this supply chain and inventory management company. I'm a little surprised about this, only for one reason. Walmart backed SYM earlier, and the company in December came public through a SPAC, and now all of a sudden they're buying it again. So, just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Um, I don't know whether or not they have cashed out any of the original stake that they had in it. The story says nothing about that. Okay, so remember, existing home sales at 10 o'clock, a strong rally here, which, by the way, when I wrote my general market comment on Saturday morning, I was calling for. I still think we're going to start to see another bear market rally here. Question is, how far it goes. And just so that we know what we're talking about here, I'm going to pull up the S&P. I'm going to say that the first area that's going to be a problem is about 38.50, and a huge problem up here against the 20-day MA, up around 39.50, 39.80. All right, everyone, be careful out there. Hope you had a good long weekend.